all the time because we need plenty children.
Yeah.
It's just so not to be putting them through that all the time.
Mm-hmm. Because one woman can give 13 children. I mean,
That's
do you
right.
need more than 13?
Right. Well, yes, there's a lot of work. There's a lot of land out there. A lot of work. But
So,
yeah.
Well, that's great news, though. So, in terms of those who are for FGM, though, how are they kind of receiving this information?
Well, everyone that I spoke with about it happened to be really against it.
Okay. Even the elders?
There are quite a lot of them, yes, because what they say is that they know what they went through and they had to have the 13 children.
Yeah.
Yeah? And they had to please their husband.
Yes.
Right? So they know what they went through.
Yes.
Their husbands had pity for them. Oh, sometimes they used to, they like I said, I speak to a whole lot of people, and a percentage of 100, 99.99% of the men say that they feel it when they have to go with their women to produce children. Yes, it's because the women, they cry.
Yes, yes.
This is the women, they cry.
This is really interesting for me because I interviewed a young Somali woman who she'd been circumcised twice.
Wow.
Because the first one really when she was quite young, and it didn't stop her from being sexually active.
Yeah.
So they sent her home to get the more major one, which was quite dramatic for her. But she said one of the things she found in that part of Somalia where she came from is that the girls boasted about not even a matchstick could
enter.
Yes. And it was a big thing for you to say that, so your husband would be really happy with you. But the reality, like she said, was that when you are then opened, you actually need to be closed afterwards, otherwise the infections and the health implication is horrendous.
And that's another thing as well. That was they were saying with having children, it's hard to have natural births.
Yeah.
Majority of the births are cesareans, and you're only allowed 3. And over there,
of course,
right? Over here in England, is 3 you're allowed to have. They say after 3 you're not to have any more. And the doctors, the equipment that they use over here is different to over there. Right, and you're having young girls, 15-year-old having children.
Yeah. And
having cesareans. You see little 15-year-olds with 2 children.
Yeah. One
on their back and another, a little toddler, maybe 2-3-year-old walking.
That's right.
Right, and she's had cesarean, so that's her 2. She has 1 more. If she has 1 more child and 1 more cesarean, and what they do as well is a lot of them, after they have the cesarean, the scar on their bellies. Ooh, you know when you get cut and it don't heal properly, and it swells.
It grows.
Yes. So some of them all have these lump things on their bellies from the cesareans, and to know that, but they need to please their husbands and they need to have more children.
Yes.
And the 3rd one can cost them their lives.
Of course, horrendous. We did, Denise Henry was there at Protect the Girl Child, and Denise is a midwife at St. George's Hospital, and they've got a special unit down there, especially for women who've been circumcised, who give birth, because they need to be opened up, and then of course afterwards, some of the husbands want them closed
back.
So that was, and it's quite illegal. But
it's illegal.
It's illegal. But once you've had the baby, they can't leave you open.
Yes, they have to.
So, but you're stitched up, but you're not completely closed.
That's right. Yeah.
So they don't do that for them anymore. And now I know that some of them will go out the country to get it done. To do it.
Wow. Some women.
Hold on a minute. Sorry, darling.
Sorry.